Welcome back to Allen's Trains and Building a Church. The church will sit to the left of the commercial pub shown here on Oxford Terrace. These are the SVG files created in Inkscape for all of the component parts. This was the first component part, which was constructed from an overlay of the photograph. However, I've been asked how do we make these openings. First of all, make sure the snapping tool is off. I created a box which was the size of the width of the window. I then wanted the curve on the top. So the next thing to do is to click on the circle tool and hold the control key down and just drag, and it'll form a perfect circle. But we don't want a perfect circle, we want the top, which is an arc. So if we now click on the select tool and again back on the circle tool, then click and drag. Once you've done that, this will illuminate on the top and you can select the arc closed or open. We'll click open and there we have the open circle. Then we can invert it so it's ready to go to the other side. Click and drag. Don't forget though that once you've set an arc, next time you try to draw a circle, it will draw an arc and you will have to then tell it on that ribbon to go back to a circle. So to get them to join together, the width of the box is 25, or near enough 24.624. So we will make this arc 24.624. Change the width. And it'll be the same size. Put the snapping tool back on and bring the two together. And they will click together. Once you've done that, I'll just close in on that so we can see. They're separate component parts. Do not group them together. Now just click round it and go to Path and click Union. And as you can see, it takes the line out and then the perfect opening. On the left is the rear elevation of the church. And this on the right is a former that will go inside to allow me to rebate the walls inside the building. So when this would be fitted to the rear and the front of the building, then the walls will fit inside the elevations, front and rear, and the roof will fit inside, which means that I don't have to make pillars for the ends of the building. This photograph shows how the rebate is formed and allows the wall to be internal to the building. This follows on from the photographs of the actual building. On the left, I've shown one of the three internal walls that are used to make the building stable. It is exactly the same size as the rebate formers. Now, when I've constructed the wall itself, I've shown here that the wall itself is slightly smaller than the rebate former. This allows the roof, when it's fitted, to fit inside here and overlap the building wall. Once this is done, it is then simply a matter of duplicating this for the other side of the building. So we now have the two left and right walls. I'll just take that former away. Once you've duplicated the walls, as I've shown here, with the window openings, I then constructed these second layer, which will go over the top of this, and these will be the actual pillars between the windows and the brick formers at the top and bottom. So if we then show that this is what we will do, we will overlay them when we assemble them, and then we have the window frames embedded inside the brick pillars. This saves having to make all of these pillars separately and saves a lot of time on assembly. And this is what the two parts overlaid on each other show how much easier it is if they're done in two pieces. All of these would be finished with their surface papers before assembly. At the rear of the building was a boiler house. All the component parts are here: the two roof panels, the two side panels, the rear wall, an opening for a roller door, and this will form the roller door surface. This is the opening for a ventilation fan. This part here is as in the main building. It's a rebate former, so that everything such as the roof panels and the walls are internally rebated and can fit comfortably. The coping stones can be made by hand or on a cutting machine. With a cutting machine, I've set these lines out, and they're at the distances for the coping stones. And what I do is send this cutting instruction to the machine and put it through with 500-gram card, but tell the machine that it's cutting 250-gram card so that it doesn't cut all the way through. What we then do is we send it through the machine again, and this time we tell the machine that it is 500-gram card, so put the previously cut or scored card through, and it will then cut into strips for the coping stones on various parts of the building. So that's it for now. In the next video, we'll look at window frames, individual roof tiles, curved window headers, doors and frames, the main entrance, the staircase and walls. Plus I'll be using scale scenes surface finishes for the majority of the building. See you next time, and thanks for watching.